Hey, how's it going? Welcome to day 3 of 7 of me losing my sanity. So I said last time that I'm going to talk about baseball and track. I just thought of something that came to my head. So I'll talk about it the whole video, maybe briefly, we'll see. I think I can get 20 to 30 minutes out of this hour of talking about that. So, we'll have different items real quick before I get into that. I got 2 of these. I had to TurboTax for some reason because I didn't really it was my last year of college last year, and I didn't really do much because I was also searching for a job, so I didn't really make any money. And apparently when you don't have a W-2 form, at least TurboTax this time too, they're like, sorry, you can't e-file. So I had to print out documents and get the postage stampage and everything on this side. So you may be thinking, oh my gosh, isn't it in June? No, you've been paying attention to the series. I'm just kidding. No, it's April. It's Monday. Let me think. 1, 2, 3. I'll mark it in the date, but I'm pretty sure it's April 3rd right now. And then, yeah, so I'm sending these out. So I didn't know I had to do that. Whoops. Let me just put that over here. Okay. So basically, baseball and track, I started out playing baseball. And then I switched over to track and field, okay? Running. So, I think all the way from kindergarten, I played baseball. I think that's when I started. I was a very active kid. I really was. I'm still pretty active. I'm getting active again. I played baseball from kindergarten to 7th grade? I think so. So basically 7th grade, I didn't want to play baseball. It actually was 6th grade I didn't want to play baseball. I was like, I want to do track. And yeah, my parents were like, oh, no, you should do baseball still. And so they put me in for fall ball. And I didn't want to play. And my team was just awful. My team was awful. It wasn't travel league or anything. It was just rec league. It was just anyone in the area. And I got put on a team that just wasn't good. I always got put on a certain team of a certain son because we knew their family. And unfortunately, out of all 3 of the brothers, the most unathletic brother was on my team. And they were always choosing teammates for the fun aspect, which I get, but I have fun winning. I was also done with baseball at that point. We did have good teams in a couple years in elementary school. But yeah, that's that. I'll talk more about baseball now. My teams. I never cared about. See, I'm a person who likes playing sports. I don't care about watching sports or paying attention to what's what. Like Olympics, I was like, ooh, cool, Michael Phelps. Ooh, cool, Usain Bolt. And I think 3rd and 4th grade. I'll say 3rd, 4th, and 5th. We'll go like that. 3rd and 4th grade, our teams were really good. And we actually made it to the championship. It was double elimination. I think it was twice we made it to the championship. I think one year we made it, and we already lost a game. Something like that. So we lost that game, so I didn't win. We lost the championship that year. And then another year came. Our team was amazing. We almost never lost games. And I'm thinking back at it, it's hilarious. Me and my friend, before the game started, we're like, man, we're unstoppable. No one can beat us. It's a championship. Let's go. And I remember doing one handstands trying to catch a ball at practice. And honestly, everyone I talked about who were on my team that year, we just laughed because it's hilarious. We were so cocky and we were like, we got this. And we got destroyed. We lost 2 games in a row. We didn't come to play. So I never won a championship. It was a bad day. I say it's a bad day, but it was still a fun game. It was a fun game. I was a first baseman. I'm righty. I throw the ball with the right hand, glove left hand. So I'm real flexible. Flexible. So I was always first base. I love first base. I like to say I was good at it. I never did travel, so who knows? I was never serious about it. At the end of the day, I was having fun playing it, but I was competitive. And there's a few people you get every year in like your age group, and you kind of like know them at school, but you just be like know them from baseball. And some of them are real cool. Some of the people I used to play baseball with, I really like, and I always think back about the stuff we did. It was fun. And some of them you're just like, I don't like you. Things change. There's a lot of people I still think about who I don't talk to, just like school friends. Where I'm like, every time like you just think back, you're like, they're cool people. If I met them in the street, we would still return to normal, I think. That's how my friends are, at least. We won't talk to each other for a couple months. And then we're just back to normal again. We're back to normal. And then after playing, is it called? It's called YB. I'm not gonna say that. I think there's an initial youth baseball. We went up to the more advanced league, and this was more. I guess I'll call this rec league, even though all of it was technically like rec league. So it wasn't anything. It was still good. I still felt good. I was still good. I think I still good. By the way, I was considered fast in baseball, but in track and field, I'm not considered fast. Not really fast, of course. People in baseball just weren't that fast. They had better cardio than me at the time, but speed, most of them weren't as fast. And I love stealing bases. I know I'm getting off topic, but when stealing was allowed, I would always steal bases. And you know the game, like, I'll call it pickle, but you know what a pickle is. Like, one person's here, one person's there. You're running between bases, and you got to get to the other base. Once they made stealing a thing, I was more athletic than most of the people, most of the time. So I would always taunt the pitcher or the second or third baseman, whichever base they're on, or even catcher, to throw the ball, and I would run to the other base because I loved getting them pickles. And I would say I had like an 80 to 90% success rate with it. There's times when it failed, but I had so much fun doing that. Like, I could still do that all the time. And then I'll talk about wiffle ball also with baseball, just to get into that. But I'll do that after I talk about my baseball career. Yeah. So baseball. We got up like 5th grade hit, and 5th grade was intermediate school then, before it became elementary school in our district. So I was the cutoff. So 5th grade happened. So 5th and 6th grade were a different separate school. So yeah, play baseball. I had fun still. I still had fun. I met other people. There's actually one guy who was homeschooled, and he's one of the guys I remember the most and had the most fun with. Me and him were competitive, and we would always do trick plays. We had fun. And I saw him at a grocery store one day, and I didn't say anything. I don't know if he saw me. It just felt awkward. And I haven't seen him since. But that was a couple years ago, so I bet he's still in the area if it's been that long. But that happened. Did fall ball every year. Had fun. And then, yeah, 5th and 6th grade, I had fun. I think 7th grade's actually when I stopped. So I ran track one year and played baseball. It was once 7th grade hit. So correction, 7th grade was when I took track more seriously. So I was doing both. And I was kind of losing interest. And a lot of the reason I lost interest in baseball is because playing in rec league, people weren't as competitive, or most of the people weren't, I don't want to say not good, they just didn't take it seriously. there's a difference between both of those, I think. There's a similarity and difference, but a lot of them didn't take it seriously, and I wasn't having it, and I always got put on the same team because we knew someone, and they played more for fun. And the problem is, when your team's not good and you're choosing people for like the fun aspect, it's not fun, because you might be able to have fun talking to people, but they aren't competitive, most of them. And it's like, we're not even playing the game at this point. We're not playing. Like my next door neighbor and I, we've known each other our whole lives, and we're really good friends. We were always competitive. Like, we'd play hide and seek, we'd play tag, we'd do all this. We'd play wall ball. Wall ball's real fun, by the way. I feel like if you play baseball, you've played a wall ball. You know, throwing the ball at the wall. We normally play 3 outs. We don't play the pegging rule. If you get out, you have to, like, get pegged. We think that's dumb. We do 3 outs, just get to the wall in time. If you don't make it, you lose a life. And when we played at our house, we actually... we had a rule. So we have the garage door. We got a light here and a light here. If you hit the light, automatic out. If it hits the cars, it's an out. So there's normally a car at one side of the driveway. If you hit the window that's on the wall, we would count that as an out. And the funny thing is, we were so lame. me and my neighbor were so like, we would scam each other in these games. The car was an out, but if you hit the wall and the ball is rolling and hits the car, we would still count it as an out. So you had to rush to get to the ball before it hit the car. And we do that thing where, like, the ball's coming, and you're like, whoosh, and the person's right here, and it gets them, so you have to throw it and get them out of the wall. We're talking about wall ball now, but there's a lot of fun games I played with my neighbor growing up. Like, we still like playing those games. It's just hard to get other people to play them. He still plays baseball, actually. He did other sports. I'm rambling now about something off topic. But I'll get to wiffle ball now, okay? Wiffle ball. So, wiffle ball, me and my neighbor would compete a lot, and wiffle ball is that game, like, there's like when we play games against each other, and when we play games in a sports setting, me and him are really good as teammates. It's like you have that, like, connection that you don't get with other players on your sports teams, because you just know each other your whole life. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like how you and your siblings have the same inside jokes and no one else gets it. But we have that same wavelength, and we don't have to communicate it, which was awesome when we're on the same team and when we're playing games. But wiffle ball, we played the pegging rule because it's a wiffle ball. It doesn't really hurt. And we play ghosts, like ghost on second when you get to second. So it's ghost on second when you're playing by yourself or with a very small team of like 2 people against 2 others. Because you have a ghost runner because you're up to bat again. You do that a lot. We had fun playing that. Like, you can play that game 1v1. 1v1. 1-on-1. You can play that game 1 against 1, 2 against 2, 3 against 3. But it's fun playing with a maximum of 3 people, I think. Me and him would normally play by ourselves a lot of times if no one else is playing. But wiffle ball, honestly, wiffle ball is more fun than baseball to me now. Because I like the aspect of the ball not going 90 miles by my face. Yeah, played wiffle ball, did all that. I guess talking positions in baseball, I was a shortstop when I was really young, and I would do first base still. But a couple years later, I was done with shortstop. I was first base strictly. And then I got thrown as pitcher a few times, and then I became a pitcher in rec league, of course. It would never be a pitcher in actual, like, travel or any of that, or school team. But I was a pitcher because I would throw accurately and not fast, but it'd be like, it would normally be on target all the time. It's a simple throw. But you have to rely on your outfielders and your team. And like I said, normally my team wasn't the best. But normally, like, if the ball was hit to a certain few people on our team, we would always save the play. It's just you have to really rely. It's like that risk factor. Accurate pitches, a risk on defense, and that was really how it was when I was pitcher. I wasn't like the best. It was just simple pitching. I like that. And I was catcher. Wasn't the best catcher. I was definitely a better catcher than pitcher. Should probably be first, catcher, pitcher. Those are 3 I normally did. I was never outfield, very rarely, which I would like outfield, but outfield's just awful when, like, I think I'm very athletic for an outfielder, if I was an outfielder then. The problem is they would almost never hit the ball in the outfield when you're younger. So it was just a very boring position. So, yeah, that's that. I talk about first base, main, catcher, pitcher, random stuff about baseball. I mentioned wall ball. I mentioned wiffle ball. There's other stuff I did outside of that, but that's for another day. It's another day. I really don't care about... I'm fine talking about, like, my life outside, like, growing up and stuff. I just try not to be very specific with it. Which I think most people would be like that. Okay. I'm going to put this back on the candle. I'll tap on the candle a little bit, but it might not be too loud. So, I'm trying to keep track of what the time is. 16:30 on my phone. Okay. I'm going to switch to track now. So, 7th grade hit. Didn't want to run track. Literally played 1 or 2 games. No, I think I played 1 real game of fall baseball. Fall ball. My friend, one of my friends, who I was only seeing a few times, he was the only other player who was considered good on that team. We played 1 game, and of course, keep in mind, I didn't want to play fall ball, because I was like, I want to do track only. I scored 2 runs. My other friend, he scores 1 or 2 runs also. Everyone else on our team were getting, like, they didn't even get on base. We got destroyed. Me and my friend were the only good ones. And then after that, my parents are like, yeah, he doesn't look like he wants to play. We're not even going to force him to do this, which obviously you shouldn't force your kids to do it. They just thought I would regret it possibly, which I never did. I think it's because my brother at one point stopped playing baseball also and regretted it. But I didn't. It's fun to play still, but not when I want to do a different sport at the time, like competitively. So, new story. So track started. I ran track with the baseball 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, and I stopped junior year, 11th grade. So I actually finished junior year. Senior year is when I stopped running track. And I would say sophomore year, 8th grade to sophomore year, 7th grade to sophomore year is when I was really into track. Freshman year to sophomore, the 2 years, freshman and sophomore year, I was like hardcore into track. I would, going on a rampage right now, on a tangent. I gotta talk about middle school. Middle school, I wanted to run hurdles. It's a favorite event. Thought it looked fun. See, like, I wasn't fast enough to be the best at sprinting, so I chose hurdles. And also, I like the fun aspect of jumping over objects while running. If you want to call it that. And, I mean, really, middle school was just me being very out of shape in learning, just practicing hurdles and all that. I actually made it to the county meet my first year. And the funny thing is, because there was like 5 hurdlers on our team, and only 2 of them were like the 8th graders. No, 7th grader at the time, 7th and 8th graders, and then 6th grade. I might have it backwards, and it was 7th and 8th grade. But basically, I was a grade below the best hurdlers. And I was just super skinny and I didn't have the muscle to actually run 110 hurdles properly, like 3-step. So I was just bad at it. But I made it to the county meet because one of the guys, his brother and him got in a fight, and then his eye got damaged. Just temporarily, but he wasn't able to run. So I ran the hurdle event, and I don't think we have a recording of it anymore, but there's me and this guy from another school nearby. Same town, just they're different, the school split up at one point, so there's 2 middle schools instead of 1. So me and him ran this race. We got dead last, me and him both, and I only beat him because, so essentially, I'm running. The last hurdle at the 110, I clip it with my leg, and I stumble. And then my other friend from the other school, he hits the hurdle right next to me, and he full on does like a double roll into my lane, and you see me run around him. And it was like an 18-second, maybe 110 hurdle race. That's very slow. It's probably slower, honestly. I don't know what it was. It was a horrible race, but hey, I can say I made the county meet, even though I was an alternate. Did I run a fast time? No, of course not. And then I've talked about track a little bit in one of my other videos. So I met a coach in freshman year, indoor track, before the outdoor season began. He very hardcore. He ran a club team also outside of it from our school. So you had like 7 other people from our school at the time who were taking track seriously. Taking it seriously. Ding, ding, ding. I hope you like this video. I'm all over the place. Trying to recall my memories. So yeah, he was very serious. Not serious. He was actually really fun to talk to. He was serious. He's kind of when you're watching he's like the good coach serious. It's kind of like a show where you have that guy who's like very hard on you when you're training, but you can still joke around with each other and still like serious. You're serious at training, but you're not serious when you talk to each other. It's kind of that. It's like the best relationship, I think, for being a coach and an athlete. Kind of that relationship and all. Not just a strict coach who's always strict. Don't like those. Not at all. But he was the hurdle coach, and he also was like a speed coach, and he had a really good career in college. Running wise, he was fast, and he actually ran a very fast time. Faster than me for sure. But he was a speed coach also. Normally speed, and then he did hurdles. He knew how to coach hurdles. There's other hurdler on our team at the time, 2 years old. He was fast. He was actually doing club track. He's doing club track. I'm so sorry that I'm going on. I'm like losing my mind. I'm forgetting what I'm saying. He did club track. He was a good hurdler, and our warm-up was 8 200s. 200s around the track. So indoor track was 200, so it's just one lap. You run a 200-meter sprint, 30 to 35 second pace, 30 seconds off, and you do it again. You have to do 8 of those. And I would normally not make the pace towards the last 4. Out of shape, of course. And then you would stretch before doing that. You'd run that. And then we would do an hour and a half to 2 hours of hurdle drills. So random, like hurdle stretches and all that. But we would also do like over the hurdles. Like you do right leg over the left side, left leg over the right side. And we'd have like 15 hurdles on the line down the hallway. You're practicing form. You also do that down the middle of the hurdles. Middle of the lane, left, right. There was like 10 different exercises, and we would do like multiple sets of those. It's very cardio based. And I was in so much shape at the end of that year. So I'm actually going on a run today. I've been trying to get my endurance up to get my mile time faster, and I've started running a month before filming this, so I have 4 weeks on me. My mile time's at 6:45, and then I don't run 2 miles normally, but I'm trying to get my 2 mile time under 14 minutes. So I'm gonna go on a run after this video. I'll put the distance I ran and the time I ran so you can see what I got. Just for the fun of it. We'll see how much I improved since this video came out. But we did all that, and then eventually I learned he did a club track also, taught a club team, and it was all of us, literally like 7 people, and about 3 of them from my friend group or age group in track who we've known each other. We went to the club practice also, which was like Tuesday and Thursdays, on top of Monday through Friday training. So I did a lot of running. To drive 2 hours, like an hour this way, an hour back, carpooling, took it very seriously. So I'd run, so basically like the high school team, it was it's laid back compared to the club team. Because a lot of people are like just having fun. Not all of them, but a lot of them were just running to have fun, and we were running to get better. After all that happened, high school track was done, and then in summer there's a USATF, which is like a travel, it's like a youth competitive track meet, where at the end of it there's like a really big meet in a different state. So there's that. If you make it through the qualifiers, which is easy to make it through the first qualifier too in your state, because not enough people do it, but if you make it to the very last event, people are like ridiculously good. They're like very, very fast. Very, very fast. Very, very fast. Did that, we did this, we ran fast, we ran a lot, we did club track, we did high school track, blah, blah, blah. I'm repeating myself. We did all that. Sophomore year hit, boom, did it still. Junior year hit, I didn't do club track anymore then. I think there was a money problem. There was 1 year or two where money was an issue in our family, not like huge issue, but it was somewhat of an issue. And you had to pay for the club track and do a lot of travel, so there was a couple months where I couldn't do it, but it was also me losing interest in it. I was losing my monthly rate of interest. No, I was losing interest in track in general, competitively. And then I did indoor track and then high school track, but I didn't care to do it junior year. And the only reason I did it was to get my school credit excused for my gym class. And then senior year, I actually graduated a semester early. Before you'd be like, oh, that's difficult to do. It's not difficult. I got a basic diploma because I didn't care about the honors or anything. Because I don't think that matters as much as people make it out to be. And as a graduating, I don't think it matters still. It's get your degree, get decent grades. Blah, 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 blah. That's all. We're not on that topic, are we? Lost interest, I did that. Then I've been running again. Every year I start running again when it gets a little warmer out, or a couple months after it's cold. And then this year, out of the past 3 years, 2 years ago, I was running more. I was getting a fast time again. 1 year ago, I ran some, but not often. This year, I've been going to the gym the most, consistently, and running a lot more than normal. So I'm trying to get my time faster. I'm trying to do it. Me and my neighbor are trying to hit the time. I'm trying to hit under 6-minute mile, under 14-minute 2 mile. The 2 mile, I could probably get faster than the mile. We'll see. Just got to stay consistent doing that. So I'm gonna go on a long run before my trip for a while, and then just to get the endurance up and not slack. So run a longer distance today, and then a mile tomorrow, probably, maybe even a mile the next day. We'll see how I'm feeling. Okay, we'll see how I'm feeling. So I was able to get 29 minutes out of track and all that. There's that. So I'll say it at the end of the video also. I already know what I'm going to do next video. I might briefly talk about it in a shorter video for May, but the 4th video out of the 7 is going to be filmed at the end of April. And the 5th video, who knows if I'll get that done in April. The last 3 videos will probably be done in May. So it's a work in progress. The 4th video, I'm planning on talking about my trip to Japan. I'm sure some of you are interested. Some of you might not be interested, but you might be interested in general, like just stuff I did, recommendations. My first time riding the bullet train. Did I get lost? Did I take the wrong train ticket somewhere? I mean, any tips? I'll give you what I got. Okay, I'll give you what I got. So that's the next video. I'll mention it again at the end if you didn't hear it here. Blah, 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 blah. And in the last 30 minutes, I still got this. I think this is more of a lo-fi video. It's definitely a rambling video. I hope it's relaxing you still. If it's not relaxing you, I hope you're liking it at least. Because I'm really talking. It's not my normal type of video. But I'm trying to make these 7 videos slightly different. And I'm going to rotate between glass table and no glass. Because I should do that more often. So the next video will probably have no glass table. One of the next 2 or 3 videos won't have a glass table for sure. Let me just grab this and put this right here, right here, right here, right here. Wait. Okay. Check. Next. I might do like a personal attention video. Because I do have I haven't done a video with the trimmers or anything yet. I have a comb, but I didn't use the trimmers. I didn't use this either, or that, or the liquid I normally use, and I throw it on your face, stuff like that. So maybe my next video will be Japan and like a haircut setting. Maybe. And then the 5th, 6th, and 7th video, I have no idea. I will say I have a Candyland board here. This is such an old... It's such an old board game that we've... Like, it's probably older than me. We've probably had it that long. Well, it says all rights reserved 1984. We definitely had this in the 90s. It's probably older than me. I'm 99, so there's a chance. But yeah, 99. What if I live 101 years old? I could be born in... I could be alive in 3 different centuries. Is that pretty cool? I'm gonna do it. Hopefully. When I say hopefully, only if I'm enjoying my life when I'm older. Depends how healthy I am when I'm 80, 90, 100. What do you think I am? You think I'm crazy? You think I'm crazy for talking about that, being that old and happy? Some people do. Some of my friends think it's crazy you might want to live that long. But I think if you're healthy, enjoy life, and things go well, I think it'll still be fun. Preference. There's actually this one thing I had. If you could be immortal... So here's my idea. Immortality would be awesome. Only if you could choose to stop your immortality. So it's kind of like you're the only one who can decide if you continue living or not. I think that would be so cool. And then in The Sandman, I watched The Sandman. I thought the show was alright, but my favorite comic was the one about, well, the favorite episode, which is a comic, was about death. And death was, like Sandman dreams, death was, she deals with people who die and send them to the afterlife. If you believe it or not, it's not irrelevant to the story. I love anything. I'll tell you real quick, when it comes to religion and beliefs and all that, I like listening to stuff, even if I don't believe certain things. Because I like learning different things from different aspects and stuff. Because realistically, you don't know anything about any of this stuff. If it's real or if it's not. And yes. The episode about death was basically she would send people over. And someone would die, and then their family or like the person they're with, they don't see that they died, but they can see their body like laying there dead. And then that's what death does. But there's a part where Sandman and her were... Okay, if you like are gonna watch Sandman, sorry, I'm gonna talk about this briefly. I don't think it will ruin the experience, but I love this episode. There's a scene with a guy in like, I think it's London, in a pub. I think they're in London. He's talking to his friends, telling them, I'll tell you what, I'll never die. And they all laugh at him, and Death and Sandman are there, and Death actually decides to give that guy his wish. And she told Sandman, we'll see if your prediction was right, if you'll hate life or if you'll enjoy life. And he approaches him, and he's like, the guy's like, I'll live forever. And Sandman says, okay, if that's the case, I'll see you in 100 years at this bar. And these guys like, okay, deal. And he like kind of looks confused. Like, this guy believes me? And then it does like, I don't know what year it was. Say 1650. It goes 1750. And they approach each other at the bar again. And they talk. And the guy's enjoying his life. He's doing slave trading. All this. And Sandman's like, listen, I know you're enjoying your life, but you got to think about the families and all that. You got to think about this. You got to think about that. And the guy started thinking about it. And then the next time they meet, say 1850, same place, same time. The guy's like, I took your advice. I'm no longer doing this. I realized what I was doing was kind of wrong. Well, I was wrong. And they proceed to talk just briefly. And then the next century happens. And there's this girl who's like a wizard or witch, to say. And she sees that this guy has been going to this bar every single century. They're meeting with Sandman, who she doesn't know is Sandman. And their meeting this time gets interrupted. And Sandman is very hard to open up with. Very hard to open up with. Sandman's hard to open up with, and they stop the girl, the witch or whatever, from doing anything because Sandman puts them to sleep. And that witch is kind of confused, but something like her daughter or something, I don't know, her relative has a relation to the story towards a later episode, I think, or maybe before this episode. But that's irrelevant. You know me, saying irrelevant details. But the guy says something to Sandman, which wasn't even rude or anything, but Sandman just wasn't. He's not open up or doesn't like criticism, even if it's not like really criticism. It was something like that, or just personal question. And he got mad. And then the guy said, I'll see you in 100 years still. And Sandman left. And then the story of Sandman, the first episode or two, I think, he got captured and he wasn't able to make this meeting. And then another century later, the bar is relocated to a different area. And the guy's sitting there for coffee, and then Sandman walks in. And they just had a quick conversation again. They're like, see you in 100 years. And I always thought that story was real cool. And it's also cool because, the second or third time they meet, the guy's life is just miserable and everything's going wrong with his life. His kid and the wife of that century, they died, diseases and everything. And then kid died, family died, and he's telling Sandman it's the worst thing ever. And Sandman's bet with death was the guy will hate his life after a century or two if he wishes for immortality. And Sandman's like, so after all this, you still wish to live? Because he was like, he doesn't wish to live. And then the guy at the pub, the immortal guy, he's like, are you kidding? Death is a mug's game. Oh, I love life. No, I love it. It was something like that. I don't remember the exact quote. But I love that short. It's like a short story practically. And I love it. I love it. It's the best part of the show. The best part of the show to me was the part that has nothing to do with the main storyline. Even though it's kind of episodic in a way. Is that how you say the word? Episodic? And there's my story. That's how I'm taking time from the 60 minutes to entertain you, entertain me, telling you some stuff. Hope you like this video. We are almost 2/3 of the way through. Yeah, so the Candyland board, I think I talked about it and didn't even elaborate. I have a Candyland board here because I was thinking about telling you about baseball and track while recording myself playing Candyland. But I'm like, wait a second, I can't show you a board like this. I have to put my phone camera around, and I have to have it angled somewhere. And I'm like, I don't know how to do that right now. So you'll probably not see that. But you know what? That's how it is. That's how it is. I'm going to put this candle back. I'm going to put this candle back. I'm going to put this tape here. I'm just trying to get things a little out of the way and organized before this video ends. So I will say, what you see with the glass table is more tapping. What you see without the glass table is more, like, more rubbing and scratching. Kind of stuff like that. But you'll still see tapping. You'll see, like, tapping, scratching. See this. And then normally in my shorter videos that aren't this week special I'm doing, you'll see more similar triggers, I guess. Not as diverse, unless as I catch up to these uploads with my shorter uploads in May, you might see more diverse. I'm not sure. I'm trying to switch it up a little bit. Because I think having a general structure, how I record my videos and how I do my videos, sounds and all, I think it's good to stay simple into how your normal style is, because I think it keeps people interested, and there's a reason they're subscribed to you to begin with at that point. I think a lot of reasons some channels lose their fan bases because they're not consistent and they change up their style. Which, if you're going to change up your style, at least mix it with your same style. But I'm going to try to keep the same style, still talk about stuff, but I'll try to add extra themes into these videos. So basically these 7 uploads are going to be same style, but you might see a little more lo-fi, a little more chaotic, a little more aggressive, fast, maybe some whispering, but not really whispering actually. But you might see it a little bit mixed in with the other stuff. You might see more soft-spoken videos where I just talk like this, talk like that. I could also talk about, I think maybe my next video, my Japan one. I'm saying my next video is a Japan one, so I'm not gonna overwork myself by making a 4th video before my trip in a couple days. So my 4th video is 100% the Japan one. So I think maybe my Japan one, I might switch up my voices and switch up my type of chaotic styles. Maybe like a fast to slow, but like fast to slow every 5 minutes, something like that. Or maybe I'll talk really fast where I'm doing this and doing that and talking different voices. And maybe I'm whispering sometimes. I think I'm gonna do a hybrid different type of video with different types of sounds, triggers. Obviously, I'm saying the wrong thing. Different type of video, but I kind of implement all my styles throughout the video. Different types of talking, different types of speeds, different types of loud, and softer. Something like that. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I'll tell you what, it's definitely kind of difficult for me to think of different sounds to do throughout the video, through these 7 videos. So I'm trying to make it different. But I think the next video is going to be a lot of rambling, talking about my trip, no glass table. I know some of you like the glass table more and some of you don't. But I think you guys like both of them still. There's just a preference of which one you like the most. That's how I'm going to think about it. I'll do some camera tapping real quick. So that's what I'm going to do. Something like that. This looks kind of lame, but it's working. It's a work in progress. So that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. I gotta get a better thumbnail. Realistically, I need a better thumbnail. Real quick. I'm gonna drink out of this. I'll try to do something like in the meantime. Ding, 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 ding. Sorry, I'm going on a run after this, so I need to stay hydrated while I'm talking so much. Before I exhaust myself with my run. Thankfully, I'm at the part where when I go on runs, it sucks. Mile runs, it's whatever. I normally try to run my fastest just about on my mile runs. So I'm exhausted, but the recovery, like after my run, I feel much better. It's not like I'm dying and losing breath. My long runs, it's like, we're chill. I just gotta pace myself to run a little slower. Because even though I want to run my longer runs faster, the goal of my long runs is to keep a pace that's steady. Just to improve my endurance and keep going. But, the thing is, I don't need to run as fast as I can on those runs. Because at the end of the day, that's for pacing, and it still builds up your endurance. The real struggle is running longer than you normally do. And no matter what run I'm doing, the last 1/10 of a mile, I'm going to try to run as fast as I can to challenge. I think at that point, you got to give it your all. Give it your all. Give it your all. Full Metal Alchemist. Oh man, it's going to be June when this video comes out. For the people who care, the new anime season, spring 2023. I just looked at it, so I might have a fresh memory. I don't know how much I'm going to watch weekly. The past year, every season, I always say, I'm going to watch less this season, and once it's done, I'm going to binge watch it. And then I always end up watching all of them weekly. But this time, I don't think it's going to happen, because there's a good amount I want to watch. So the stuff I will watch, I don't think it's like amazing, but I love the animation, and you don't need advanced storytelling all the time. Sometimes you just gotta enjoy the ride. Demon Slayer, I'm gonna watch that. I forget the Japanese name. It's like Jiguraku something. It's a Hell's Paradise. It looks good. I watched the first episode. Tonikaku Kawaii. Tonikaku Kawaii, second season. I'll watch that. Those three I'm for sure watching. Ranking of Kings, I'm for sure watching that. That's 4. 5. Okay, 5. Oh, Dr. Stone. I love Dr. Stone. I'm watching Dr. Stone. Those 5 I'm watching for sure. Will I be watching them weekly? Maybe. Some of them for sure. I always lose patience after a couple weeks. Someone's here. I might have to cut the video. Oh no, I'll talk quieter. And then Ancient Magus Bride, is that how you say it? Magus, blah, blah, blah. The second season. I've only seen the first season. No, just kidding. I haven't seen either season. I gotta watch the first season still. I just know it's good. Birdie's Golf or something? Birdie's Wing? I haven't watched the first season, but if I'm bored, I'll watch it. My tradition of not breaking these videos might happen. Sometimes when people come home, they'll like say something to me, so I kind of pause the video and switch it up. Wait 1 second. Okay, they're in the bathroom. The fan's very loud in there. Okay, you got 11 minutes of content still from me. So, I will tell you those 5 shows. So let me run it back. Run it back. Check out what I'm wearing. Very late. These have liner in it, so sometimes it pulls up. So what I'm watching is Vinland Saga. I am watching Vinland Saga. It's actually continuing from the previous season. Dr. Stone. Hell's Paradise. Jiguraku. Something like that. I know my accent changes sometimes. I know how to pronounce it. My accent sometimes I get fun with the accent. Hell's Paradise. Vinland Saga. Dr. Stone. Tonikaku Kawaii. Ding, ding, ding. Testing. 1, 2, 3. I'm forgetting one. And then Ancient Magus Bride. I'll watch probably. As long as the second season's good, I'll watch the first season soon. But I'm probably going to watch the first season anyways, because I know it's good. The other show, Birdie's Wing. I saw Giga recommend it. Just because it's fun, chaotic, I might watch it. I like crazy sports anime sometimes. Can't really call it sports anime. Like Skate to the Infinity. I loved it. Most of it. It was so absurd, but so good. And the fact that the villain was voiced by Dio. Whenever people are voiced by Dio and play the same type of character as Dio in a different anime, I just can't help but laugh. So much meme potential. And things that happen in Skate the Infinite is just crazy. So I actually forget like 4 other shows that I was planning on probably watching. Oh, is it Oi? Oi something? It's like an idol one. I think it's more of like a, not depressing, but it's probably like a depressing life story idol one. You'll know it if you pay attention to the seasonal anime. There's that. Man, my memory, I don't know off the top of my head, because a lot of these I've just looked at again, and they're kind of like I'm not planning on watching right away. So there's the idol one. There's one I saw that actually looks good. I forget the name. So there's that. Yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got. It's what it is. It's what it is. Fun fact, the new Kaguya-sama movie, I can finally watch it. I wasn't going to watch it on Valentine's Day, considering I had to go 45 miles away from my house. Like, no way. I watched the Sword Art Online movie, though. I just can't get rid of that nostalgia I have for one of the first few animes I watched. Even though it's not objectively good. Let's bring this back. Okay. I'm sorry if I'm getting quieter. I'm getting tired. And I gotta do 4 more of these videos in the next few weeks. No. 4 of these videos in a 4 to 5 week period once I'm back from my trip. Giving myself a break. Caught up. I've done a lot. Maybe I'll make a short video tomorrow or something, but don't rely on it. Don't rely on it. Okay. Probably a personal type attention video where I also do like negative and positive energy removal, something weird like that. A Japan video is in the next video where I mix up my styles a good amount of time. And each of these will have different types of objects. That's the plan. You'll still get the base objects, the glass and the regular. I know I'm repeating myself, but it's what you get sometimes. Sometimes you just repeat yourself. This, put this right there, do the shit, you probably didn't. Should I practice my Japanese before my trip? I probably should. Let's recall off the top of my memory. I'll try to do the best Japanese accent you'll ever hear. And make sure my mouth's hydrated. Ready? Thank you. Arigato. Thank you very much. Arigatou gozaimasu. Hi. Domo. Thank you. Domo. I understand. Wakarimashita. Wakarimasu. I don't understand. Wakarimasen. How much is this? This item next to me. Kono ikura desu ka? Is that how you do it? Kono wa? No. Kono. There's like different types. I always forget. I haven't reviewed it all. So just pretend like you're a gaijin since I am. Ikura desu ka? Informal. One item. Hitotsu. arms. Futots. One person, hitori. I'm just remembering things off the memory. A lot of these aren't useful. I can read numbers. Ichiman, 2,000, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 yen. Isn't that kind of weird? Yen is N. E-N. N. How do we translate that wrong to America? Well, every English-speaking country has it wrong. You realize how weird it is when you look at, like, translations for country names and currency. Why did every country translate it differently than what it is? That's the one translation they should have spelled and made sound the same everywhere. Minus the accent sound, because everyone has different accents. Go, go, and go, and go. Go. Let's try this again. Go. Try it again. Go. Jeez. Like flick football. Okay. Bing, bing, bing. I just... comb my hair. Scratching myself. Anyways, let's show my clothes again. I got the classic sleeveless shirt. I got the... you can't even see them. What the heck? Got my shorts. Oh my gosh, that stretch. Okay, I'm gonna turn the brightness, aka the blinds, down even more. To end the video, I'm gonna end the video being very quiet and whispering, okay? You might not understand me, and I'm not gonna be doing much variety, okay? I'm tired. You might be tired. It's kind of how we're gonna do this. Okay. Ding, ding, ding. Let me grab something. What should I grab? I know what I should do. Let me just throw this on you. Hear that? My elbow, the bones of my elbow are moving when I flick, and you can hear it vibrating through the table. That's pretty cool. See, left arm, right arm makes nothing. Right arm, left arm makes nothing. I'm going to keep going. Okay. The next video, for the people who skipped ahead, is Japan, no glass table, and I'm gonna switch up my styles pretty often throughout the video while I'm talking about my trip I did, okay? It'll be my first time going there, first time internationally. It's gonna be exciting. So yeah, look forward to it. If you're not looking forward to it, don't look forward to it. If you want to like, feel free to like the video. If you want to subscribe, feel free to subscribe. You probably can't understand me. So yes. yeah, like always, I'll put the description, the time I filmed this video, well, the day, some random cheesy comment probably specifically for this series because I've been doing that. And I'll put my distance and time ran, like I said earlier, from my mile after this video, or 2 miles or 3 miles. Who knows how long I'm running, but you'll see it just for the fun of it. Okay, hope you had fun. Bye.